Okay, so as you're gonna see, as you already saw from the thumbnail, this is not a mystery. It was supposed to be a mystery video. We do go through the motions of picking a mystery pattern. Instead, I just decided to title this Justin Picks a Blanket for Us to Make, because that's exactly what happened. So enjoy the video. It's a beautiful blanket. I absolutely love it. I am filming this right now at the end of this video. I decided to just go ahead and throw this at the beginning. Okay, here we go. Hello, welcome to Just Vintage Crochet. Let's do another mystery pattern. If you're new to the channel, my son goes through all of my patterns and he will photocopy them. He'll mark out anything that could give away what the pattern is, cut out any photos. We have no titles. We have no context. We just have the words. We won't know what it is until we're done. Each pattern is numbered. Let's pick a pattern. Oh, and these patterns, the age range for these is anywhere from the 1800s to the 1980s. We also have a mix of US and UK written patterns in here. Let's see what we got. Number 12. That's 10. Okay. 7. 1, 2, 12. Okay. Let's see here. Never heard of that brand in my entire life. I wonder if this is a US or UK written. Double crochet. If this is UK written, that means a single crochet for US patterns, pattern readers. Double crochet. I'm not seeing any single crochets. Sometimes. What is this? Well, that basically just gives it away. What are we making? Squares. Edging. Is this a blanket? Not much of a mystery. Maybe he picked it because he thought we would really like it, and I haven't featured it on the channel yet, and this is his way of forcing me to feature this on the channel because maybe he really likes it. I'm not seeing any single crochets though, and this is probably not made in single crochet, actually. So I don't know if we're working with UK or US. I'm thinking US. This looks like it could be fillet work. They're talking about popcorns. So I'm guessing this is fillet work. If they're talking about popcorns, they're probably talking about US double crochet, UK treble crochet. All right, let's just move on. We need a crew, and we need a size F crochet hook. This is from 1979. Okay, well, he probably picked this out because he likes it. Because that right there is a pretty good giveaway. I'll be right back. Okay, a crew I have. There is some ecru, and I do have an F 3.75 millimeter hook. If this winds up being too small and splitty, I'm just gonna go ahead and bump up to a 4 millimeter, just a little bit bigger. But if this proves to be too splitty, because sometimes if you use a hook too small for your thread or your yarn, it will split a lot and become super annoying. What are you stuck on? Oh, just a moment. My goodness, this is just not much of a mystery at all, isn't it? Make 24 squares for a single size, 36 squares for a double size. I'm pretty sure we're making a blanket. I'm pretty sure I'm taking this as a personal request from him. Like he's not even trying with this one. He's just like, I've seen this. I like it. I want her to make it. Okay, well, I'm going to make it. I suppose this time it's not much of a mystery. I do apologize. But let's go ahead and make this anyway, because fun. Okay, so we're going to chain 63. All right, Justin, I'll make it. It's okay. Like I said in my last video, I want to do 2 mysteries in a row. So after this, we'll pick another mystery. Hopefully it's a dang old mystery. 1, 2, 3. This does feel a little small. 4, 5, 6. I am going to switch. It's just a little small. And that could mean that today's, well, I don't know what kind of yarn this is. This could be a DK or sport weight that they're asking for here. And so I just willy-nilly grabbed a worsted weight or Aran weight yarn. And let's see. That's still too small. Yeah, they probably are asking for a sport weight. I don't have any Aran sport weight, but I really want to use this because it was right next to me and I'm lazy. So I'm just going to get a bigger hook. I grabbed a 5mm hook this time. This should be enough. Most Aran weights require a 5 or a 5 point. Aran or number 4 worsted weight require a 5 or a 5.5, and that feels much better, and it still holds its firmness. As you can see, it's not super bouncy loose, so this is great. Probably could even get away with a 4.5mm. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm going to chain 63. Okay, there is the chain 63. Let me measure this real quick. That way you know what the measurement is with a worsted weight or DK or Aran weight and a 5mm hook. It's measuring at about 16.5 inches. Yes, 16.5 inches, but looks like we're going to start with a double crochet, so that's going to be shortened by about 1/2 inch. Okay, it says here 1 double crochet in the 7th chain from the hook for the first space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that's going to shorten the chain quite a bit more. Now let's look. Let me flatten that out. Okay. And now we are at 14.5 inches, or let me read this in centimeters, 37 centimeters. Yeah, about 37 centimeters. Okay, moving on. So now we're going to, oops, my video started playing. I watched this girl called Alexandria Ryan. She does these like unboxings for beauty subscription boxes and advent calendars. Okay. Then it says to chain 1, skip 1, double crochet in the next 28 times, 29 spaces made, chain 4, turn. I think I'm going to do stacked single turn. No, because when I do that, people get mad at me. Whenever I change up the pattern, people get upset with me. So since you can do whatever the heck you want, if you're following along and you're familiar with the stacked single, I would just do a stacked single and turn. But I am going to stick with the original 1979 pattern. I'm going to be good. Yeah, I'm going to have to immediately make another mystery pattern after this because we need an actual mystery. This here, I feel like might have been like a protest pattern from Justin. Like maybe he has seen this enough times going through my patterns that he decided he liked it. He's like, well, the only way I can get her to pay attention to it is to throw it in the bowl. I don't know. I'm going to have to ask him what his thought was behind putting this in the mix because we can clearly see what it is. We know what it is. It's fine. Tell you what, this looks like it's going to be a fun pattern. We will work it together, and I will go ahead and put this in the shop as well. I will even write it out line by line and have that as an attachment to this original pattern. So, yes. Okay, I'm going to work my chain 1, skip 1, work 1 double crochet in the next, all the way to the end, and I will be right back. There we go. Okay, then it said to chain 4. My guess is that's going to be a double crochet plus chain 1. Okay, double crochet and next double crochet for first space. Chain 1, double crochet and next. Popcorn of 5 double crochet in next space. To make popcorn, work 5 double crochet in the space, drop, loop off the hook. We know how to do that. I'll show you guys how to do that. Okay, then it says to chain 1 tightly. Double crochet, and if you chain 1 tightly, we won't have much of a chain. double crochet in next, double crochet, chain one, double crochet in next, popcorn in next space, repeat 11 times. So we're working on this part right now. So I'm just going to stick to the grid now. I don't need the rest of the instructions. So we're going to make one space, then chain one, make another space, 2 spaces made. Now we're going to do every other space as a popcorn until we get down here to the other end, where the last 2 spaces will just be spaces. So when we work the space, we work between the stitches? Yeah, I think we do. Let me just confirm that. Okay. In next space. Okay, so the popcorns are going to be worked in the spaces. So we don't chain, right? We don't chain first. I guess I do need, look at my arrogance. Look at me being a little arrogant thing. I guess I do need the instructions to clarify at least. Let's see here. One double crochet, chain one, double crochet next. No chaining. Okay. We're not going to chain first. So to make popcorn, yarn over, make 1 double crochet, do that 4 more times. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Pull up on your loop a little bit. Come over here, ignore this. This is your double crochet that goes into this post right here. So just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go into that 5th double crochet over. Put your hook back in the loop, tighten it up, and pull it on through, and that creates a popcorn stitch. It said to chain 1 tightly, then we do a double crochet into the next double crochet. Okay, now we're going to chain 1, skip the next space, work a double crochet into the next double. Without chaining 1, we're going to make another popcorn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, pull up, go into that first double crochet made, not this double crochet over here, the first double crochet in the space. And pull through, tight chain 1, work a double crochet in the next double crochet, chain 1, skip 1, work a double crochet, yarn over without chaining, and work a popcorn stitch. 1, I need some slack, sorry. This is tugging on my fingers. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Pull up. Ignoring this, we just want the double crochet in the space. Eventually, you'll get used to just looking at the second double crochet over from all the double crochets you have in a row. Always going to be the second one over. Okay. We don't chain, but yarn over. We do chain after we make the popcorn, but then we just yarn over, work a double crochet into the double crochet. Now we chain and into the next double crochet, work a double, yarn over without chaining and into the space. We make a popcorn. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Second double crochet over of all that you see in a row, the second one over. Tight, chain 1, yarn over, double crochet into the next double, chain 1, skip the space, and double crochet into the next. Okay, so here is how it is looking. Pretty much every other space, we're going to work a popcorn stitch. All right, so keep working that until you get to the last 2 spaces. I'll be right back. Okay, I've got 2 spaces left, so I'm going to work my double crochet into the next double, chain 1, double into the next, chain 1, skip the first chain and into the next chain over. That's where I'm going to work my next. There we go. Okay, let's chain 4 and turn. This is going to be for row 3. And we're going to work 1 space. So skip a space and work a double crochet into the next double. Now let's, well, how do we work a popcorn? Oh no, are we supposed to cut at the end of every row? No, because it says to turn. Chain 4, turn. Reverse popcorn. Oh, again, little Miss Arrogant me who didn't need the instructions anymore. We have a reverse popcorn. Never heard of that. Let's give it a try. Okay, reverse popcorn in next space. Work 5 double crochet in the space, drop loop off hook. Insert hook from the back to the front in the first, okay. One, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Come from the back to the front. Oh, look who learned something new today. Well, would you look at that? Okay, so now we're going to work a double crochet into the very next double crochet over. Chain 1, skip over the top of the popcorn, and in the double crochet just on the other side of it, work a double crochet for the next space. Okay, now we're going to work a popcorn into the very next space over, reverse popcorn, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Come from the back to the front, hook that loop, here we go. Work a double crochet in the very next double crochet over. Chain 1, skip the popcorn, and in the next double crochet right next to it. And there you go. Okay, we need to do all of that one more time, so let's work another popcorn. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Back to front, hook the yarn, pull through. Tight chain 1, work a double crochet into the very next double crochet over. Chain 1, skip the next popcorn, and in the double crochet right next to it, work a double crochet. Okay, so we should have space, popcorn, space, popcorn, space, popcorn. Now we're going to work 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 spaces. This counts as 1. This counts as 1 of 7. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Skip the popcorn. 5, 6, and 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, I will say that the spaces made over the popcorns are quite a bit wider. Not quite a bit, but a bit. Okay, then we're going to work popcorn, space, popcorn. So let's work a popcorn. 1, 2, or a reverse popcorn. 3, 4, and 5. And we work a double crochet into the next double, chain 1, skip over the popcorn and work a double right next to it. Then we work another popcorn, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Double, chain 1, chain 1, double. Okay, and now that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This counts as first of 7. So after we make our last popcorn, we're going to work 7 spaces. This counts as 1, 2, right here, makes 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, now we're going to mirror what we did on this side with a popcorn space, popcorn space, popcorn space on the end. Okay, so popcorn space, popcorn space, popcorn space on the end. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, popcorn, 3, 4, 5, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, then we work 1 popcorn and 1 space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, double crochet, chain 1, skip the first chain of your chain 4 and into the next chain over or your third chain up. That's where you're going to work your double crochet for your last space. There we go. Okay, round 4, we're going to start with a space, or row 4, forgive me. Row 4, we're going to start with a space. And then chain 1, skip the next popcorn and work another space. So we're going to start with 2 spaces. We're going to make sort of a checkerboard situation here. So now we're going to work popcorn space, popcorn over the next 3 sections. So popcorn space, popcorn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we can work them like regular, where we go from the front to the back. There we go. Chain 1, nope, nope, into the next double crochet over without chaining. There, we work our double crochet. Now we chain one, skip the popcorn, and work a double crochet into the next double over. And we work a popcorn into the very next space over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I would say also work your starting chain loose, because one thing I'm noticing is that my starting chain, it keeps wanting to do a rainbow. You know, it's wanting to do this. It's not wanting to flatten out super good. So I would definitely, if you naturally chain tight, I would start your if you naturally crochet tight, I would start your chain with a 6 or a 6.5 millimeter hook, because this, you see what I mean, it just wants to bow. I'm noticing it's fine here in the middle, but on the ends, it's wanting to curl too much. A little bit too taut. All right. Work a popcorn. Double crochet. Okay, here we go. Now we are going to work 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 again. 7 spaces. So chain 1. Next double crochet over, work a space, chain 1, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, now we are going to work popcorn space, popcorn space, popcorn space. Okay, so we're looking to basically have popcorn, popcorn, popcorn. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Double crochet into the next double over. Now we work a space over the next popcorn. We work a popcorn into the next space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, double crochet, chain 1, space over the next popcorn, and 1 more popcorn right here into the next space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now we're going to work 7. Is that 7? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we're going to work 7 spaces again. So we're going to start with 1 double crochet into the very next double over. Now let's work our first space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, now we're going to end just how we began, with a popcorn space, space, space. Okay, so popcorn, double crochet. Now we work a space, We work a popcorn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Double crochet. And then we work 2 spaces. Chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, skip the first chain, and in the next chain over, double crochet. Oops. Well, I need some slack. There we go. Okay, so that is how things are beginning to take shape. Okay, round or row, I have to stop jumbling up those words. Row 5, we're going to start with the chain 4. It looks to me like every row is going to be a chain 4 and turn. Okay, let's work 1 space. Next space over, we're going to work we're going to work a popcorn, a space, and a popcorn. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now we're doing the reverse popcorns. So just ignoring the first double crochet into the second. And there we go. And then we work a double crochet into the next double. Now let's chain 1, work a double crochet to create a space, yarn over and make a popcorn in the next space over. 2, oh no, that's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. There we go. Double crochet. Okay, so now we have space, popcorn, space, popcorn. Okay, now we're going to work 7 spaces. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, now we are going to work, looks like we're going to work a whole series of popcorns and spaces here. So it looks like we need 1, 2, 3, 4 popcorns total with 3 spaces in between them. So here we go. 1, I guess it's going to look like pop, space, pop, space, pop, space, pop. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And of course, I'm going to show you the pattern, the grid in full. I'll hold it up so that you can just take a screenshot of it. And I'm also going to show you the line by line. I went ahead and wrote it out already. I just took a moment and I wrote the whole pattern out already. It is 39 by 39. Okay, so the next we're going to do a space over the popcorn. So you will have all of that. You can pick it up in the shop. And if you're unable to pick it up in the shop, you can just take advantage of screenshots. 1, 2, now we're going to work at popcorn. 3, 4, 5. From the back, to the front, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, that's a space. Now we work a popcorn, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And also what I noticed with this pattern is it perfectly mirrors itself once you get to the halfway point. So every which way you started from the beginning is exactly how it's going to end. Double crochet, chain 1, make a space, and then 1 more popcorn. We needed 4 in a row, well, 4 total across. 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's make our 4th popcorn here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I love that we can do this whole reverse popcorn thing. That is pretty cool to me. Never heard of it before, but I love it. Oh, it just makes life so much easier. Okay, work a double crochet on the other side of the popcorn. We sort of lock the popcorns, we wall them in that way. Okay, now we're going to work 7. I don't even have to look at the pattern. Just from writing it out, I was able to just cue in on it. Everything, the way we start is precisely the way we're going to end. So next will be 7 spaces, followed by popcorn space, popcorn, and then a space on the end. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7. Now we're going to work a popcorn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Double crochet. Got to wall that popcorn in. Chain 1, make a space. Popcorn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Double crochet, chain 1, skip the first chain, and in the second chain over, work your double crochet to make your last space. There we go. That's the back. Let's look at the front. If this is for a bedspread, which I feel really confident it is, man, this is going to work up so fast. You could make the whole bedspread in a week if you just give yourself a couple of hours a day to make 1 or 2 squares. By the end of the week, you'll be stitching all the squares together. Really cool. Oh, you can get clever with it. Do it checker style. So you can almost do, like, we're approaching spring. You can do really cute baby green and baby blue, or baby yellow and baby pink. Like, that would be so cute. And not even for babies. I like baby colors sometimes, and I wouldn't mind having something like that draped over a bed for the spring. Oh, microwave. Okay, let's chain 4 and turn. Now we're going to be working row 6. So let's make a space. Actually, we're going to start with 2 spaces. So chain 1 again, and another double crochet over here to make 2 spaces. Okay, now we're going to work 1 popcorn stitch into the next space over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we go from the front this time, front to back. Always work our double crochet right after we make a popcorn to wall it in. Now we're going to make 7 spaces. Oh, Merlin. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Make sure that is 4. Yes, 4 and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. He hears the fellas in the garage. He's investigating. And 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, now we're going to work 1 popcorn, 1 space, and 1 popcorn. Okay, so here you go. 1 popcorn, jump over the popcorn, make a space, and then work 1 popcorn. I'm going to go ahead and work this really quick off camera and give Merlin a chance to get it out of his system. Those who have been asking, there is Mr. Merlin. He had a haircut. He was covered in dreadlocks because he cannot stand being groomed. I'm going to show you a before picture in just a moment. But we had to take him down to the vet because we can't take him to the groomer anymore either. He just does not cooperate. So we had to take him to the vet where they can give him a happy pill. Merlin. Merlin. They had to give him a happy pill so he can chill out, and they had to shave him. Bless his little heart. Merlin. Merlin, you want to say hi? No. He was so mad at us at first, but then he got over it. Merlin. Merlin. There he is. There he is with his moo cow. And he's got his little pile of toys there. Merlin. Merlin. Justin just went down the hall and back into the garage. Merlin. Every time I say his name, he wags his tail. And there he goes. Okay, so there we go. Popcorn, space, popcorn. Okay, so now we're going to work 3 spaces. So I actually need to work 1 more double crochet right there. Okay, chain 1. That's 1, 2, and 3. And we're going to repeat what we did on this side. So now we're going to work popcorn, space, popcorn. Oh, nope. I think that's only 4. Yes. Okay. Sorry, I'm a little distracted. I got distracted by my Merlin. He is really, honestly, such a sweet, sweet little baby. I know a lot of people will say that about their own dogs because it's true. He is a sweet little baby. But just increasingly, we've had him. He's just a little over 2 years old now. And increasingly, when we go to groom him, at first he was okay with it. Then he became a little uncomfortable, arching his back when we would touch him with the brush or the mitt. So we started taking him to the groomer, and he did not have a good time at the groomer, but she was able to get the job done. Next time we took him to the groomer, she had some complaints because he had some complaints. And the third time she called us within 15 minutes to come pick him up. He was being aggressive, growly, showing his teeth, and even lunging for hands. So then we started trying to just groom him ourselves, and he was starting to form some dreadlocks. And he began to show teeth, growl, and lunge at us when we would approach him with the brush or the mitt. Definitely couldn't get near him with clippers. No way. So the doctor gave us a happy pill to give him, an anti-anxiety pill, and then something to help him feel drowsy. Okay. Before I continue on, now we're going to work 7 spaces. Okay, here we go. So that didn't work for us. His discomfort with being groomed broke through the anti-anxiety pill and the sleepy time pill. And he was aggressive, and we didn't want him to hurt himself. So we just decided to make an appointment and take him on down to the groomers, where they gave him or take him on down to the vet where they gave him a doctor grade sleepy time pill that actually made him fall asleep. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, one more. And they got him all shaved up. Of course, we are taking the brush to him now. He does seem to have gotten over it a little bit better because now he's, even though there's nothing really to brush, we just want him to get used to it. So now we brush him every single day. We just run the brush and we run the mitt over him. And we give him a little reward. We give him all kinds of hyper praises and baby tones, and his tail just wags. So he's starting to enjoy it more now. As the hair gets longer, I don't know what that's going to mean. He doesn't like having his hair tugged in the slightest. So as his hair gets longer, we're going to work. Okay, now let's work one space, one more popcorn, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, double crochet. Let's work 3 spaces. 1, 2, and 3. Now we're just going to repeat everything we did from here over, right here over. So if you look at it, we're going to work popcorn space, popcorn space, popcorn. Popcorn space, popcorn space, popcorn. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and work that off camera real quick. I'll work this first one with you. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Double crochet. Then you'll work space, pop, space, pop. Okay? Make it look just like how we did over here. We're looking for 3 popcorns separated by 2 spaces. Okay, now it should look like this, where you've got your 3 popcorns with 2 spaces between, 3 spaces, and then again your 3 popcorns separated by 2 spaces. Now we're going to end the way we started with our 8 spaces to the end. Okay. So I'll be right back. I'm just going to go ahead and work that really quick off camera. That's 2. Be right back. Okay, let's start row 5 with a chain 4. And we're going to make 1 space and 1 popcorn. One double crochet. Now let's work 5 spaces. I'll go ahead and work those really quick off camera. I'll be right back. That's 1. No. I'm sorry. I am so distracted. You have to forgive me. There is a lot of commotion here right now. People keep walking in and making noise and opening doors. And I'm also supposed to be working reverse. Okay. Of course, it's not their fault. I am filming in the living room, so, you know, I'm getting what I am essentially asking for by filming in the living room. One day I'll have a dedicated room just for filming, but that is not today. All right, let's work 5 spaces. I'll be right back. Okay, and to clarify, I'm not upset that people are coming through. This is the living room. My expectations aren't that everybody just cease to exist while I film. I am reasonable. Okay, let's work 1 popcorn, 1 space, 1 popcorn. Again, I'm just going to go ahead and work that off camera since y'all know how to do this now. 3, 4, and 5. So I'll be right back. 1 popcorn, 1 space, 1 popcorn. Okay, so I have worked my double crochet there. Now let's work 3 spaces. 1, 2, and 3. And let's work 1 popcorn, 1 space, and 1 popcorn. So again, I'll do that off camera since it's just slightly more time consuming, and you guys know how to do it by now. So 1 popcorn, 1 space, 1 popcorn. I will be right back. Okay, now let's work 3 spaces, 1 popcorn, and 1 space. I did just work my double crochet there. So here we go, 3 spaces, 1, 2, and 3. 1 popcorn in the next space. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Double crochet, and then 1 space. So chain 1, 1 space. Okay. Now we're going to work 1 popcorn, 5 spaces, 1 popcorn, 1 space. Okay, so 1 popcorn, 1, 2. Okay, I just went ahead and made that real quick. 1 popcorn, 5 spaces, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then we're going to work 1 popcorn and 1 space. That's 1 popcorn and 1 double crochet, chain 1 in the second chain over. We work our last double crochet. Let's chain 4 and turn. This is row 10, and this is the last row I'm going to work on camera. I'm just going to go ahead and show you the rest of the pattern after that, because that is almost half of it done, almost. I'd say maybe more than a quarter of the way done. So let's start with 6 spaces. Okay, that's 1, 2, and I'm going to finish the rest of this off camera, and we will look at the completed piece together. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, let's work 1 popcorn, 1 space, 1 popcorn. 1, 2, 3. That's going to be 1 popcorn, 1 space, 1 popcorn. I'll be right back. Okay, there we go. Now we're going to work 5 spaces, 1 popcorn, 5 spaces. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1 popcorn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and of course we're working the regular popcorns now, so going through the front of the stitch, double crochet, and 5 more spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now we're just going to mirror everything that we saw over here. So popcorn, space, popcorn, 6 spaces. Here we have popcorn, space, popcorn, 6 spaces. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and work these popcorns off camera, and I'll be right back, and we will finish this row together. Okay, popcorn, space, popcorn. Let's finish with 6 spaces. I just worked my double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and skip the first chain, and in the next chain over makes 6. Okay, so that is the first 10 rows done. And let me show you the pattern. Show you where we're at this point. That's the first 10 rows done. This is where we're at. Let me show you the whole pattern now and what I wrote out. Okay, so here is the entire graph. Okay, and here is the written pattern. Okay, here is row 1 through 3. 4 through 6. 7 through 9. Yeah, I had a little oopsie there. 10, 11, and 12. There you go, 13, 14, and 15. 16, 17, and 18. 19 through 24. 22 through 25. Last part of the pattern, 26 through 29. To say 21, not 24. The way I wrote this out, you make your chain of 63 going in that direction. Then, whenever you work your first double crochet into the 7th chain from the hook, you're going to start going in this direction. Okay, so your chain goes in this direction, row 1 goes in this direction, row 2, row 3, row 4, okay? And I made sure to mark those arrows under each row indicator. That way you know which direction you should be following the grid. You will find this pattern in the shop if you want. Now we basically know what it is, but let's see what it looks like all put together. Now I'm gonna finish this square off camera, but let's look at a picture real quick. Okay, it's called a popcorn coverlet from 1979. Would you look at that? Oh, that's beautiful. And you sew it together, just edge for edge. Nothing special. I absolutely love that. There's a close-up of the stitch work. We'll be able to see it a little easier like this. There's a close-up of the stitch work. How lovely. Oh, that's really lovely. Oh, that's really, really lovely. Okay, what I can tell you is I believe this sucker here is going to be a yarn eater. This was a brand new ball, and let's see, how many yards is this? Of course, I'll be able to let you know whenever I come back after I make the first full square. But this is 380 yards. This is Joanne Fabrics Big Twist. So this actually has more yards than a Red Heart Super Saver, which is 365 or 364, something like that. This is 380. So that's how much I've used so far. And I am not quite halfway there. This is row 10 that we're on right now. So the halfway mark is going to be right at around here. It might require almost 1 full ball per square. Now the pattern says 24 squares for a single. This looks like a single to me. Now that's awful drapey. It probably drapes to the floor. Okay, so that's going to be part of it. And then 36 for double. Now, I don't want to tell you to run out and get 24 balls of yarn. Let me make this first one first, and we will figure it up from there. But this could be quite an ambitious project as far as cost of materials go, because it may be that you need 20 just to make the single. You may need 20. Oof. Okay, I'll be right back. Nico's getting a belly rub. Goodness. My little Merlin. Merlin. I pulled my hand away and he's like, wait. Come back. Do all that stuff. Rub my belly. Oh, Merlin. Oh, he's such a sweet. Oh, that's a big yawn. Oh, that's a big yawn. He's a sleepy fella. Bless you. And to those who haven't had a chance to meet Merlin yet, he is a Schnauzer Chihuahua mix. He's 2 years old and he favors his Schnauzer side as far as his looks go. First time we ever got him a haircut, it was the Schnauzer cut, but now he just doesn't tolerate grooming at all. Oh, that's a big yawn. Goodness. Oh, gosh, all these people staring at you. Oh, my sweet boy. So he looks a little bit of a mess. His facial hair, it isn't cut right. But you know what? I gotta imagine all those knots and dreadlocks being off of him. He had them on his legs too, and so I have to imagine that when he walked, it must have tugged a little. It just was breaking my heart, but he was just so resistant to being groomed. Goodness, someone's sleepy. Huh. He is a belly rub hound. Oh, he will hound you for belly rubs for days. Okay, say bye, Merlin. Say bye, sweet baby. You gonna say bye with a sneeze and a lay down. Okay. Okay, I finished the whole square. It was so big I couldn't put it on my camera mount. It measures 19 inches across and 17.5 inches tall. So, yeah, I think that you won't need as much yarn, or it'll grow faster is what I'm trying to say. Obviously, it will grow faster using the thicker yarn. Now, here is what I have left of that brand new 380 yard ball. There is not enough there for 2 squares, so you're gonna need a lot of yarn. I would say you probably need to go, let's look at the picture. It looks like for this single bed, they have 4 squares wide. And so you probably will want to do that still. So it'll just be bigger. It'll probably be on the floor more, you know, or you could just use a sport weight or DK weight yarn like they recommend, along with the 3.75 millimeter hook, which is a size F. It's a 3.75 millimeter hook, and you can follow the instructions as written. I do think you can easily get 2 squares if you use a sport or DK weight and a 3.75 millimeter hook. I do believe you can easily get 2 squares out of each 380 yard ball. So 380 yards is the only thing I have to go on because it's the size ball that I used. I don't know how many yards the original yarn is. Let's look really quick. The original yarn, you might be able to Google it. I can't even pronounce it. Fildar, I can pronounce it. Fildar Shoot, acrylic and wool yarn of knitting worsted weight. The size F is what leads me to believe it's probably a sport or DK weight. I don't know how many yards those are. They recommend that for a single bed, you have to make 24 squares. Well, I think you're going to need a lot of yarn to make this, but if you make it as you go, you can buy yarn as you go, especially if you do a common solid color like the ecru or white or a simple blue, whichever, as long as it's not a specialty color or it's not some kind of variegated where you need the dye lot so you have to buy it all at once. If you buy just a simple common color, it'll be fine. Buy it as you go, but I do think something like this would be worth making. Look at how pretty that is. I can't even get the whole square. There you go. Isn't that absolutely gorgeous? And here it is up close. It is so pretty. I'm a big fan, so I have 1 square done. I'm going to keep going. I obviously don't have a lot of free time. I mean, here is my peacock blanket. I'm still in the row 20 something. Like I haven't touched it for like 4 months. But this one here, if I wasn't filming, I would have had this whole thing made in probably 2 hours. So I could probably do one a week and ultimately make myself a blanket that would fit a single. I wouldn't go bigger than that. I just don't need to. And besides, we just don't have beds. I mean, we have singles and then we have a California king. I'm definitely not doing a California king. So I think a single is fine. Give it to a future grandchild, whatever. Be a great couch blanket. I just think it's going to be pretty. So that is our mystery pattern. Not much mystery to it. It's absolutely beautiful. I love that. Love it, love it. Okay, guys, I will see you in the next mystery. I'm going to film one again tomorrow. It is almost midnight now. So whenever I get up and get around tomorrow, I'm going to film our next mystery. Then I have a special project that isn't Little House on the Prairie related. I have a special project because 'tis the season for weddings. So I have a vintage wedding project for you guys. I'll see you then. Bye.